Hey P-Walk gang, it's Saturday night, and to tell you the truth, I am pooped out. I am just so over everything that's going on in the world today. I've been so depressed. Haven't been cooking very much the last few days. Been eating a lot of easy things like frozen pizza. Last night my dinner was Bosco sticks, if that tells you anything. I don't know. I have my good days and my bad days with all the stuff that's going on in the world. Yesterday just was not a very good day. Um, I'm unable to wear the masks because of medical reasons, and uh, there's just all kinds of, you know, things that are prohibited me because I don't wear the mask and stuff. And you know, you know, I try to follow the rules when I can, but because of medical reasons, I cannot wear the mask, and it's just really starting to get on my nerves. I'm like, I don't want to be one of these people that say, uh, I feel like things are being taken away from me, as an American or whatever. I don't want to jump on like that bandwagon, but I have to say I kind of feel that way. It's just like, I mean, I understand trying to keep people safe and stuff like that. I understand. It's like I understand both sides of the fence, I guess. And it's just some days one side of the fence just seems a little off than the other, And yesterday was one of those days. For example, I went to the bank to get some change to ride the bus, and there's a note on the door. No one's allowed in the bank unless you have an appointment. And that note was on the door, I don't know, a couple of weeks ago. And I thought now, since they're starting to open things, that note would be gone. Of course, it was not gone. And of course, they want you to go through the drive thru. But I am on foot because I ride the bus. And so, therefore, they don't want people that are on foot going through the drive thru. So, just makes everything difficult. So difficult. But with that being said, this is what is for dinner tonight. I am going to make these Johnsonville smoked sausage Beddar cheddars. I've never tried them, but I'm just going to make those and put them on these steak buns. I think I'm going to fry them in a pan on the stove, and then I'm going to put them in the steak buns with some of these toppings. I'm not sure if I'm going to put all these toppings on there or not, but probably will. And then I'm going to put them in the oven and toast the buns and melt the cheese and stuff. And then I've got some of the great value potato wedges there that I'm going to put in the air fryer. So I'll be back and show you what dinner looks like. Bye bye. Okay, so I put a little bit of butter in the pan, melted it. Like that. And I'm just gonna stick my sausage in there. Hey, Jackson. He turned the air fryer deep when I plugged it in, and so he's gonna park. Okay, so I'll be back and show you these all cooked up, and before I put them in the oven. Okay, guys, here's my smoked sausages. I've got one already covered, and then the other one I left open just so you can see it. So I ended up putting some relish on the bottom, and then I squirted some mustard on top of the relish. I put my smoked sausage on there, and then I covered that with some of the shredded cheddar cheese. It's a 3 cheddar cheese blend, I think. So I'm going to cover that one, and then I'm going to put these in the oven at 350 and probably bake them for, I don't know, 7 to 10 minutes maybe, just until all of that cheese is good and melted. So I'll come back and show you what it looks like plated up. Yum yum. Okay guys, I just took these out of the oven and that's what they look like. Boy, these are gonna be so good. So I'm gonna show it to you here in a minute. All plated up. I'm just waiting for the wedge fries to, or the wedge potatoes, whatever. Waiting for them to get done in the air fryer. And I'll show you what it looks like all plated up. Okay guys, here it is all plated up. Got my smoked sausage on my bun with all the fixings. Got my wedge potatoes from Great Value brand. I've got a elastic pickle. And I've got my favorite dipping sauce, which is this stuff here, the chicken dipping sauce from Great Value. And I'm going to use that to dip my fries. So cannot wait to dig in. Yum yum. That's what's for dinner tonight. Hey P-Walk gang, it's Michelle and I am back with a bonus what's for dinner idea. This is actually what's for dessert idea. This is going to be a no-bake blueberry pie. And actually you can do this to any kind of fruit that you would like that has like a pie filling that you can buy in a can. You could probably do it with any kind of pie filling that you want. I've only personally done it with the blueberry because someone came to a party that I was at years and years ago and had made this dessert and it was so good. And so I got the recipe from them and I like it so much that I've never even tried to make a different version of it, but I'm sure you could. So, what you're going to need in order to make this is you're going to need 2 graham cracker pie crusts, and you're going to need 2. So this is actually going to make 2 pies for you. Then you're going to need back here is powdered sugar. You're going to need 2 cups of that. You're going to need 6 tablespoons of milk. You're going to need 2 8-ounce blocks of cream cheese. You're going to need some pie filling, and it didn't say on the recipe how much pie filling, and it's been years since I've made this, but I've got like a 17-ounce can there that I got at Walmart of the blueberry pie filling. And then I'm also going to need a 8-ounce tub of Cool Whip, and that's just the Walmart knockoff brand there. So that's what you're going to need, and then I'm going to come back and show you what you do. This is super easy to put together. Awesome idea for, get-togethers and stuff, and especially a great dessert for the summer coming up. So stick around and watch how I put this together. Okay guys, I'm back. So I've done put the 2 blocks of cream cheese in the bowl, and they have to be softened, so you want them at room temperature. I have the 2 cups of powdered sugar here, so I'm going to pour that in to the bowl with the cream cheese. And then the last thing that you add to this is you add the 6 tablespoons of milk. So, I'm going to put that in there. Now you're going to mix that real well, and then I'll be right back and show you. I'm going to mix it with my hand mixer there, and then I'll come back and show you what's next. Okay guys, I'm back, and I've got everything mixed, so you'll see there, it's all mixed. You just want it to where everything's real smooth. And what you're going to do with this mixture is you're going to split it in half between the 2 pie shells. So I'm going to put the pie shells right here. And then I'm just going to, let's see, let's get those down a little bit so you can see. There you go. And Just need some more than this one. This is just such a simple recipe, and it is so good. I promise if you make it for any kind of get together, any kind of party, it will be the hit. And I'm actually making these for two little get-togethers that I'm doing over the Memorial weekend. One of it's with some friends of mine, and then the other one is at my mom's house. So it's perfect that this recipe actually makes two. Now, I mean, of course you could just make one, but I'm sure that the reason why it calls for two is because I don't know that you can get smaller containers of Cool Whip. So, okay. Those look pretty well even there. Maybe a little bit more in this one, but that's... Alright. Okay. So then the next thing you're going to do is you're going to take your pie filling and you're going to split it in half between the two. So, 1, 2, 1. You're just going to spread it out real nicely. Okay. Looking good, guys. Now I'm kind of wishing I was going to the parties tonight. So I could have a bite of this. Okay. Extra on this one, I think. Okay. Then the last thing you're going to do is you're going to take your whipped topping, and again, you're going to split it in half, and you're going to cover the top of your pies with the whipped topping. So I'm going to come back after I've done that, because I've got to wash these spoons up so I can spoon out the topping, and I'll show you what it all looks like once it's done. Okay, guys, here it is, all plated up. Well, not plated up, I guess. It all pied up, huh? All ready and done in the pie shells. All I gotta do is put the lids on them and then refrigerate overnight. You're gonna want these cool and cold when you serve them. And that's it. And I also forgot to mention when you do the Cool Whip, you're gonna want to let it thaw out. Like if you just purchased it in the freezer section at the grocery, you're gonna want to let it sit out for a little bit and thaw out. You're not gonna want it hard because you want it soft so you can spread it easily. But that's it. That's how you make this simple and easy. And if you decide to make this dish, let me know. I'd like to know what you think about it. Bye bye. Hey, P-Walk gang. So tonight looks like we're going to have spaghetti, or actually tortellini. And what I'm going to need for that is I'm going to need the tortellini. So I've got like a half a bag back there. I'm going to fix some meatballs with my meat sauce. I've got some garlic salt to add to the tortellini while it's cooking. I've got some Texas toast there. I've got a can of cream of mushroom soup that I add to my sauce. I've got Ragu traditional sauce, and then I've got some ground beef. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to only use half of this thing of ground beef, and I'm going to half that then too. And so half of that is going to go for tonight's dinner, which is going to be the tortellini. And then tomorrow night I'm going to make meatball subs. So the other of half of the pound and a half, so like a quarter of a pound, is going to go for tomorrow night for the meatball subs. And when I make the meatball subs, I don't add the cream of mushroom soup to the ragu. So I'm only going to use half a can of the ragu for the meatball subs, and then half a can for the tortellini tonight. And you'll see what I mean. It's kind of confusing sounding, but this is what I need for tonight. And I'll show you as I get to cooking. Okay, guys, I'm back at the stove, and right now I'm just grounding up a pound and a half of that ground beef, because that was 3 pounds that I showed you in the clip before. So I'm just gonna brown this up real good, and then over to the side I have water in there boiling for the noodles. And then once I get this ground up, I'm going to drain it, and I'm going to add the spaghetti sauce, and then I'm going to cook it for just a little bit, and then I'm going to take half of it and put it in a container, keep the other half in the pan, and then I'm going to add my cream of mushroom soup to that, and some meatballs, and that will be my sauce. So I'll come back here in a little bit, and I'll show you more to come. Okay, guys, I've drained the hamburger meat real good, and it's all browned real good. So now what we're going to do is we're going to add this can of ragu, and it's the traditional. It's the old world style. It is my absolute favorite pasta sauce. So run a little bit of water in there. Okay. just going to mix this real, real well. Looks pretty darn good. Got the consistency that I like it as far as thickness. So it's really good. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn it off and I'm going to split this. I'm going to leave half in the pan and then I'm going to put the other half in a container, let it cool, and then put it in the refrigerator for tomorrow for meatball subs. And then I'm going to add the can of cream of mushroom to what's in the pan. So I'll be back. Okay guys, I've split the pasta. And so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add in, I don't know if I'll add in a whole can, maybe a half a can of this cream of mushroom soup. That looks really good. So yeah, I think I'm just going to stick with a half a can of that. And now I'm going to get the meatballs. Meatballs to this sauce. Turn it down a little bit. So then all I'm going to do is just turn this heat down just a little bit and let this cook until the meatballs get cooked through. And I'm getting ready to add my tortellini over there to the water because it's boiling. And then I will be back to show you everything plated up. Okay guys, here it is all plated up. I've got the tortellini with the spaghetti sauce on top, and then I sprinkled some of this Kraft 3 cheese blend on top. And then I've got some of the Prairie Farms cottage cheese. And I've got a piece of Texas toast. And that is what's for dinner. And then over there is the container of the other half. Like I said, I split it in half and I just didn't add the cream of mushroom soup to that. And so tomorrow I will put that in a pan and add some more meatballs to it, and I will make meatball subs. So that's what's for dinner. Gotta go grab some salt and pepper to add to my cottage cheese because I like salt and pepper on my cottage cheese. And gonna dig in. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye. Hey guys, it's Thursday night and we are going to have meatball subs tonight. So if you watched the dinner before this, it should have been tortellini with meat sauce and meatballs. And then I halved the sauce and I put it in a container. So the container is right there. So it's just got the meat sauce. It doesn't have meatballs in it. So I'm going to add meatballs to that. I'm going to put it in a pan, heat it up, and then add some meatballs. And then I'm going to have french fries with my subs tonight. That sounded good. So I've got my steak rolls here, which will work for buns. Jackson, hold on, Mom. I'll get you some water. He's out of water, and he's letting me know. So I'm going to use these steak buns here. I'm only going to have, I think, 2 tonight. And then I'll probably have enough left over to have 2 um, either tomorrow night or the night after. And then I've got some provolone cheese. Jackson, hold on. I've got some provolone cheese to put on there. I've got some mozzarella and Parmesan cheese. And then I've got some garlic powder and some butter there. I'm going to melt some butter in a pan and put a little garlic powder in there to brush on top of the buns and on the inside of them to get them toasty. So I'll be back to show you how I put this all together. Bye-bye. Okay, guys, I've got the meat sauce on the stove, and I got it all heated up, and then I just added some meatballs into the meat sauce. So, basically all the meat sauce is just hamburger meat ground up, and then I used a jar of the ragu traditional old world spaghetti sauce. And then I just added the meatballs in there, how many I thought I would need for my subs. So, that's all that. So, just going to let the meatballs cook all the way through. And once they're cooked all the way through, then it will be time to assemble the sub sandwiches. Okay, guys. Still got the meatball sauce going here. I've turned it down. So it's just kind of simmering right now. And then over here, I've got my butter. I just put about 2 tablespoons of butter and then sprinkled some garlic powder in there. So I'm letting that melt. And then when that melts, I will brush that onto the steak buns. And then we'll go over here. So there we have the steak buns laying on the pan, ready to go in the oven. There's the cheese back there to put on it. And then I've got my fries going in my air fryer. I usually put my fries in my air fryer on 400 for about 12 minutes. Once they've been in there for about, 6 minutes or so, I take them out and kind of shake them. And then put them back in there for the rest of the 6 minutes. And then I got these EVO sprayers that you put your oil in. So I've just got some regular vegetable oil in there. And I spray my fries like a couple of times. And it's just a little spritz, not very much at all. And that usually covers my fries enough. And then I salt them real good. And then kind of take my fingers and kind of mix everything up and stuff so everything's coated real well. So that's how I do my fries in the air fryer, and it seems to work really well. They come out, the crispiness and stuff like I like them. So once all the stuff on the stove gets melted, the butter and stuff, I will come back and show you how I put these subs together. Okay, hopefully you guys will be able to hear me because the air fryer is going. So what we're going to do is this is the garlic butter sauce that I made up. So what I'm going to do is just coat these really, really well. those are pretty well good to go. Now, I'm going to open them back up. I'm going to take our provolone here. I like to take one piece, kind of break it in half, put it on the bottom. Then take another piece, break it in half, and put it on the top. Alrighty, so now we're ready to add the meat mixture. This can get a little messy, of course. We'll put a little bit of meat sauce down. Balls to place on there. Try to get about 4 on each sub. Then we're going to add a little bit of Parmesan cheese. More the better. Then we're going to add some mozzarella. And Jackson's going to bark here in a minute because this is getting ready to go off. Okay, Jackson, it's okay. Hey. Add some more cheese to this one. And those look good to go. I'm going to carefully put that like that. Jackson, it's okay. That one like that, and I'll brush some more of this on there, just a little more. Okay, so that's it. So then what we're going to do is we're going to stick this in the oven at 350 for about 7 to 10 minutes, just until the cheese melts and the top of those buns will get a little brown and stuff. So it usually takes about 7 to 10 minutes, and that's it. So I'll come back and show you my plate. I'll plate it up. Okay, guys, so here it is. I'll plate it up. Doesn't it look so yummy? So I've got my meatball sub, my french fries, and then I put some grapes on my plate because I've got a huge container of grapes in the refrigerator that I need to get rid of. I'm so bad about when I get like produce and stuff, letting it go bad because it's just me. So it's like, so gonna hurry up and try to eat some of those up so they don't go bad. And yeah, that's dinner. So thanks for watching. Bye bye. Hey guys, it's Friday night and I wanted something simple and something good. So I'm going to looky there. Um, I am going to make one of my favorites, which is the smash burgers, but I think I may have thought of a way to kind of perfect the smash burger. So as you'll see, I've got everything here that I make my normal smash burgers with, but I've also got some bacon and I've got some pineapple slices back there. So we're going to add that to the burger and see if that perfects it. I mean, I think it's pretty perfect already the way I make it, but you know, we'll see if this just adds a little more flavor. So I'll be back and show you what I'm going to do. Okay, I've got my buns on the stove top here. I've got them in a little bit of butter to just brown them a little bit, and I'll be right back. Now I've got some bacon on the stove top going. It's gonna get good. Now there's the perfection. Pineapple slices. Okay guys, here's what it looks like all plated up. I cannot wait to dig into this. It looks so good. I'll let you know on my next what's for dinner, whatever I make, how this was, if I thought it perfected it, or if I think I may have overdid it, but somehow I think this might be pure perfection.